All things Mavs.
Hey Mavs fans, welcome into today's show. I'm your host, Jae Crowder. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at all_things_Mavs and on Instagram as well because I'm ramping up my IG game, but I need your help to get me really a few more followers. I think I'm getting close to 500 on Instagram, so let's go ahead and get there. I mean, 20,000 on Twitter. I think we can get to 500 on Instagram. But also, make sure you subscribe to the channel because we're going to have Dallas Mavericks coverage all day, every day on this channel. Scroll on down, hit that big red subscribe button, but also turn on your notifications because when you click this little bell, you're going to be the first one to know when we have a new video posted. You can do that today or just scroll down and subscribe. Now, game one for the Dallas Mavericks is Wednesday night, December 23rd in Phoenix, and today I'm going to be breaking it down and giving you a full preview, tell you where you can watch the game, and much, much more. That first game, it's the season opener for the Mavs and for the Phoenix Suns, and as we all know, the Mavs have always had a little bit of trouble with the Phoenix Suns in regular season matchups. It hasn't always gone according to plan over the last 5 years. And remember, Luka Doncic's first game as an NBA pro was against the Phoenix Suns. The Mavs didn't end up winning that game, and Luka really didn't look all that strong. But this is a new Dallas Mavericks team, and this is a new Luka Doncic. Now, I know a lot of you guys are always pretty frustrated, or at least I know I am, are pretty frustrated about not being able to watch all the Mavs games because of some Fox Sports Southwest issues, and it's hard to watch those games. Well, lucky for everybody, this game will be on ESPN, but it's going to be a little bit late here in Dallas, 9:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm going to watch that game, and then I'm going to go to bed. I might take a little nap during halftime because that's going to be a late one. Remember, KP not expected to play for the Dallas Mavericks, but everybody else should be a go. So make your predictions in the comments section. Who you got? I'm thinking we should see a lot of DALs for the Dallas Mavericks because this is our Dallas Mavericks channel. But maybe there's a few Phoenix Suns fans out there lingering. Type PHX if you think the Suns will win it. Stay tuned until the end of the video where I will give you my prediction for the game and let you know what I think is going to happen. Now, before the season gets going, I want to make sure that you've got yourself covered. Literally. Chatsports.com/Mavs Mask has got all the face coverings you will ever need. And the Mavs might be letting fans back in, and if they let fans into the stadium, you're going to have to wear a mask. At chatsports.com/Mavs Mask has got your Dallas Mavericks face coverings available today. You can get one, packs of two, packs of three, or packs of four, all available at this link in multiple different styles and multiple different colors as well. One more time, that link is chatsports.com/Mavs Mask. That is actually our producer Sam modeling the mask for you on screen. Chatsports.com/Mavs Mask. You can get one just like Sam. Everybody say hi Sam in the comment section because he's actually also a Mavs fan for life. Now let's actually talk more about the preseason, or the regular season I should say, and that home opener. Look, I think this is going to be your starting five for the Dallas Mavericks on night one. We can argue all night and all day and all afternoon and all morning about who you want starting at center, whether it's Dwight Powell, Maxi Kleber, or maybe even Willie Cauley-Stein. But in all honesty, I think the starter will be Dwight Powell, but the bulk of the minutes will go to Maxi Kleber. And then they'll have Tim Hardaway Jr. and Luka in the same backcourt, Josh Richardson and Dorian Finney-Smith as your two elite defensive wings. We're getting ready to lock down guys like Devin Booker and Chris Paul. I'm excited for this lineup. Only thing I'm not excited about is watching Dwight Powell trying to guard DeAndre Ayton. I think it might get a little bit ugly. But you know what wasn't ugly for the Mavs was that preseason. I mean, 2 straight wins against the Milwaukee Bucks. Both of those games, the starters played a bulk of the minutes, and the Mavs came out on top in double-digit wins in both of them. 112-102 in the first one, 128-112 in that second one. And then this loss right here, it went to overtime, but it went to overtime because guys like producer Sam and myself were playing in overtime. So I didn't really expect to win that game. And in all honesty, nobody ever wants to go undefeated in preseason because that usually is pretty bad luck for the regular season. I was impressed with what I saw, and really the team as a whole looks strong. Your top 5 scorers for the Mavs in preseason: Luka at 20 points per game, a bit inefficient, but he was knocking off some rust. Josh Richardson, 73% from beyond the three-point arc, averaged 15 points per game. Tim Hardaway Jr. looked like honestly a microwave scorer out there at 14 points per game. Maxi Kleber, my lord. I think that's the only reason Maxi isn't starting, is simply for the fact that they need him off the bench to help that bench lineup. And Trey Burke looked pretty solid in the first game. Second game, he was okay. Third game, he was okay as well. But if we get game 1, Trey Burke every single night, we're going to be in good shape. So which Maverick was the most impressive to you in preseason? Let me know in the comment section. I'm going to be honest, I don't think it was Luka. Now, Luka was obviously the best player on the floor, but it was things that I expected out of Luka Doncic. So the most impressive to me, two guys, Josh Richardson and Maxi Kleber. Josh Richardson looked better than advertised. He looked better than Seth Curry ever did in this offense. And Maxi Kleber showed stuff on both ends of the floor that I was really impressed with. So those were my two. Let me know who yours were in the comment section. Now let's talk about the Suns and what they're going to be looking like when the Mavs go up against them to open up the regular season. I believe this will be their starting five. Obviously subject to change. We're recording this on Monday afternoon. You never know what could happen. But Chris Paul, Devin Booker, that's your backcourt tandem. Josh Richardson and probably Tim Hardaway Jr., Dorian Finney-Smith will be tasked with guarding those guys. Mikal Bridges will be an elite forward. I think he'll be guarding Luka Doncic with Jae Crowder at the small ball 4 and DeAndre Ayton at the 5. I'm going to be honest, guys. That DeAndre Ayton guy in the middle, he's going to be a little bit scary going up against Dwight Powell. I think he's going to have a really big night, and he's going to be somebody that the Mavs are going to have to keep in check. But speaking of being kept in check, the Suns were definitely kept in check in the preseason. 4 games, 4 losses for the Suns. They lost to the Utah Jazz twice, both by double digits. They lost to the Lakers by 5, and then they lost again kind of in a closer game by 1. Now, this is a very different Suns team, and that's why I feel good about the Mavs' chances here, is because they got a lot of new players that they're trying to integrate into the system, and I'm not sure that they are really ready to play together that well. But in the preseason, here were their leading scorers. 4 games played by Devin Booker, Langston Galloway, Mikal Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton. Jae Crowder only played in 2 of those games. Book led the way at 22 points per game. Galloway had 13 points per game off the bench. He's also one of the newer Phoenix Suns. Mikal Bridges had a really solid preseason, and I am honestly I'm on the Mikal Bridges hype train defensively. DeAndre Ayton was okay at 12 points per game. Crowder at 11.5. And if you're wondering where Chris Paul is, well, Chris Paul played in 2 of those preseason games. He averaged 21 minutes per game, and he only put up 4.5 points per game. So, not the best showing from CP3. But now that you're near the end of the video here, I want you to make a prediction. Who do you think is going to score the most points in Game 1? Luka Doncic, Devin Booker, Josh Richardson, or Chris Paul? I think it's going to be Luka Doncic. I believe Luka will come out on fire. I think he will have 35-plus points in Night 1, and I think Josh Richardson will follow closely behind and with a pretty good scoring night himself. But Devin Booker always won to catch fire against the Dallas Mavericks. And since you guys have made it to the end of the video, you get rewarded with my prediction for the game. Look, a little while back, I think before the preseason, I said the Mavs were going to start 1-1, but their one loss would be to the Phoenix Suns. I'm taking it back, and I'm allowed to do that because this is my show, this is my channel, All Things Mavs, that's me. I'm making the prediction that the Mavs come out on top, and they do it pretty convincingly. I think they will win by double digits in their game, their season opener against the Phoenix Suns. And if I'm wrong, you can clown me on Twitter at all_things_Mavs. And until then, see you next time.